Dr. B. Vinmayil, Assistant Professor of English, V.V. Vanniyaperumal College for Women. Today we are going to see popular fiction and introduction. David Glover and Scott McCracken published a book titled Popular Fiction in the year 2012. It is a collection of essays about popular fiction and its significance in creating one's personality. This book has a good introduction which defines the term popular fiction, and then it defines the field of popular fiction and about its readers and audience. The first part, what is popular fiction, is going to be dealt in this video. Before that, we must know about popular fiction. Popular fiction, according to Scott and Glover, is a term which has different meaning. That means it is constantly changing throughout the ages. And they consider popular fiction is mandatory for a society to create a culture. He says that popular fiction shapes one's personality. It gives a sense of self. A man must know about the things that happen around him. It is possible only through popular fiction. So, according to these writers, popular fiction is mandatory for a man to develop his personality. And they try to define the term by having some key factors. The first one is popular fiction are books which are read by everyone, which are very popular among the recent readers or contemporary readers. They reach wide audience without the consideration of their social and cultural background. For example, Colleen Hoover's novels are written in America, but they are also popular among the youth in India. So, this is what popular fiction reach across social and cultural divisions. They should reach commercial success. That's why you can see the bestsellers title in front of every popular fiction. It is the book from the bestseller of the author's name. They are mostly genre based. The popular genres are crime, romance, murder mystery, detective, science fiction, and they just evolve into a popular genre because of the development in media technologies. Radio, cinema and internet are having different forms of popular fiction. Therefore, you must remember what is popular fiction. A book that is read by everyone, which reaches across social and cultural divisions, which has commercial success with the tagline bestseller, and they are often genre based. Scott has quoted a few writers who have become so popular by writing crime narratives in July 2010. And he has also mentioned about the genres like murder mysteries, crime thrillers, which acclaimed much appreciation from the readers. And he particularly mentioned about Jodi Picoult's Picture Perfect, which fiction has been the bestseller for that month. It is about a woman's painful escape from domestic violence. She lost her memory when she tries to escape from the violence, and she is trying to get back it. This is what the story. And there are also the other books referred by Scott. And here I want to mention about the difference between literature and popular fiction. Shall we have an example? A popular fiction is more like a fast food. It is very quick to cook. It is very tasty. It is popular among many people. They loved it very much. Whereas a literary work is a slow cooked traditional meal. And it takes time for one to cook or one to digest. That means digest means here one to understand the fiction. And this literary work makes you to think deeply. As a traditional meal may be healthier one. It is healthy for your mind. And secondly, this popular fiction can be read within a particular period. It is very easy to read. For example, if you are buying a book in a railway station, you can complete it within the travel itself. And you can pass it to your friend. But a literary work will be read by once in a while. You may take 1 month, 1 week to read it, and that subject matter will obsessing you highly. If you find some example, if you want to know any few popular fiction means Chetan Bhagat, Colin Hoover. In Tamil we can have Rajesh Kumar, Ramanachandran. And these are the stories which are very easy to read. They just focus on the real life of women or men in a very simple way. They portray their life in a very simple way, as everybody can appreciate it easily. But whereas Arundhati Roy's God of Small Things, or Salman Rushdie's Midnight Children, Jayakanthan, Balakumaran, Kalki, those writers write in rich language. Their style, language and meaning will be highly enriching. And let's go deeper into what Scott has told about genre. Based on the genres, readership will reach a wider space. What is genre? First of all, genre is a kind of style or theme or a form. The genre may be suspense, horror, romance, thriller, crime, detective. Readers who are interested in particular genre will be reading the genre again and again. Therefore, this recurrent genre readers are one kind of readers. Kingsley Amis had made a survey of science fiction in 1960, and he quoted these writers are having addictive properties of genre reading. They seek pleasure in reading particular genre. He also says that these readers have some loyalty towards that genre. They can be called fans or fandom. You may see some readers are fond of reading particular writer. People may be attracted towards Chetan Bhagat's fiction, Mills and Boons. They won't change their genre reading. But the second category people are heterogeneous, having nature of reading books which are of different genres. They want to try different genres. Therefore, Kingsley Amis quoted them, or Scott mentioned it as homogeneous nature of reading and heterogeneous nature of reading. And Scott has validated this point with some best selling in July 2010. For the first category, which Kingsley Amis mentions as addicts who locked into a particular genre, he quoted the crime narratives are like Picture Perfect and Silent Scream. Both are crimes. One is about a working woman and another one is about a woman who is oppressed at household. But the latter one, the Silent Scream, is written in more orthodox crime writing, and they both are sold in same numbers. Coming to the second category, the first week is occupied by the highest sale of crime narratives, whereas the second week by romance, and once again third week by the crime narratives. So Scott says that the readers who are fond of reading all genres fix this best selling. Next, Scott wants to give meaning to the word popular and how it changes throughout the ages. In the 16th century, it was used to refer the legal context and the rights and privileges one is having, especially people used to say popular government. And then in the early 17th century, the meaning was changed and it was used to refer someone who sought to trick or deceive people. That means cheat people. Then the term popularity was used to gain influence over people who through selfish means in a harmful way to get some political purposes, to meet some political purpose. And Jonathan Swift, a famous writer in the late 17th century, used the term to mention about some riots and protests of poor condition. He called it as popular commotions. So the word popular has attained meaning which is very low, which is very base, which is very vulgar. So later on it is used to denote which are open to manipulation. which can be manipulated easily. In the 20th century, there was a tension between genuine manifestation of popular taste and the culture imposed by people who are considering culture as a business. For example, manifestation of genuine things, true things means people who have written about the domestic violence of women want to propagate that it should be stopped. They wrote stories based on domestic violence. Therefore, it is a genuine manifestation of popular taste. People who are interested in reading women getting empowered, stories like Sivasankari, Lakshmi, they want to see women being empowered. They get readers, women readers. They attracted women readers. So, this is an example for genuine manifestation of popular taste. Whereas sometimes, people in power, people who consider culture as a business, they want to impose some new culture. For example, LGBT theory is stories based on LGBT culture are sometimes considered as culture being imposed on people. And Stuart Hall, a great cultural thinker, quoted this as double movement of containment and resistance. What do you mean by containment? It is a control. It is controlled by people in power. And this power is resisted by people who are being exercised. Here you must note down novels which are about domestic violence also educate women, free themselves from the oppressions. At the same time, in some other way, domestic violence or harassment, women harassment, sexual or physical harassment is propagated through those novels. Therefore, resistance is also there, containment is also there. Next, Stuart Hall defines what is popular culture. He says that it is a battleground. Why it is a battleground means this popular culture is mostly based on the social, political and economical conflicts. So sometimes this popular culture acts as manipulative things. It appeals some fake, false things also. It popularizes some trivial things. You may see in social media, some trivial matters may go around and around. You may wonder why it is so not so serious, but it is popular. So something which is not good can also be sometimes popular. This is what manipulative. Which is not serious is also getting popular sometimes. But the other one, a site of recognition and identification. Sometimes authentic connections are made so popular, which is to be focused on. Some novels regarding transgender, they created some waves in feminism. So such things need recognition, need identification. They need some authentic connections. They should be popularized. So as a cultural thing, Stuart Hall says that popular culture is also essential as cultural field is always constantly in flux, constantly in changing. And this is torn between competing interest and attachments. Here by interest he means power groups, and attachments here means the reader's emotional bonds. Therefore the culture is between these two poles. It is more like a tug of war between interest and attachments, manifestations and impositions, manipulative things and recognition. And let me conclude. Therefore, popular culture, as Scott and Glover says, it cannot be defined in a single word, but it is understood as a thing which is very popular, which is read by all, which has common taste, which has popular taste. They are popular culture or popular fiction, and people are fond of reading some fiction for a particular period of time. Thank you one and all for your patient listening.